Split. Oh my goodness. This is a spoiler. This is spoilers. So I'm giving away spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to know what's going to happen, then stop the video and come and watch it after you've seen the movie. But this is spoilers. James McAvoy is incredible in this movie. Not to be outdone, Betty Buckley is pretty good in this movie also. Anna Taylor-Joy is, she's kind of bland. She's kind of, it seems like she'd be in the foreground. She's one of the victims, but she's primarily in the background. And, yeah, she's okay. Bruce Willis is in this movie. Surprise, bing! Told you it's gonna be spoilers. Oh my God. This movie is probably the best M. Night Shyamalan movie that he has ever made. And here's the spoiler, here's the big one. This movie is not a thriller. It is not an action movie. It's not a horror movie. This is a comic book movie. This is an origin of a supervillain movie, and it was done in such a way that until the last 5 minutes, you don't realize what you're seeing. You're like, man, wow, this is a great movie. He's a great villain. He's a horrible person. And then all of a sudden you're like, it's a superhero movie. And there's that. There's these multiple personalities inside this one person, Kevin, and the predominant one is Dennis. And they capture these 3 girls to offer them as sort of like a tribute to a new emerging personality that's coming that they call the Beast. Kevin, who is the primary guy, calls all the rest of them the Horde. They're the Horde. They're just a bunch of people in his head and he can't get them out. So the Beast is coming and they capture these girls so they can offer them to the Beast. And they tell the girls, you know, he's incredible, he's powerful, he's going to protect us, he can climb up walls, and he's, you know, he's part rhinoceros and part tiger and lion and all of these things. And they're like, ooh, sounds scary. And it does. And when the different personalities emerge, it's scary enough, and it's a good thriller. It's a good, solid thriller. But when the Beast finally emerges, you know, you don't get a good look. It's the same guy, it's James McAvoy the whole time, but you don't get a good look at his face when he becomes the Beast. So I'm thinking, okay, well, it's a monster movie. He's like demonic. He's got horns or whatever. But no, he's like, you know, he's doing like this, and he's straining, and his body is just ripped with these green, odd-looking veins, and he's fighting. And there's one scene I'll give away real quick. This woman tries to stab him, and the blade snaps on his skin. It breaks. So I was like, whoa, this is a monster movie. He's a monster. But it's not. He has almost willed himself to be powerful. Almost by sheer will, he's made himself a villain. Now, he's a lunatic. He's a homicidal maniac, but he thinks he's part animal, part rhinoceros, part lion, and so forth. And then he is. His body, I mean, because they show him running through the night, coming to get these girls. And you're like, there's a light, and he's just like, phew. And I'm thinking, wow, that's pretty fast for just like a regular dude. And I didn't think nothing about it. And he climbs this fence, and I'm like, wow, he's athletic. He's pretty athletic. And I didn't think a lot about it. But it's because he's a super-powered monster. And if you think about it, if you met the Joker in real life and he had you tied up and he had that crazy look on his face with the mouth and the makeup, and clowns are crazy looking anyway. But he was going to kill you, and he had like killed the rest of your family and their body parts were all over the house. That in real life would be pretty scary. That's what this guy is. He's just a lunatic nut that turns out to be a supervillain. And I'm going to give this one, but I said spoiler, so I guess I can give this part away. Spoiler, this is a big spoiler part. At the end, Bruce Willis is in there, and these two girls are talking. Two completely separate girls are talking to each other at the end of the movie in a restaurant. And one of them says, "Hey, wow," because they're watching what happened on a news clip. And the girl is like, "Wow, that reminds me last year of that guy, you know, the one in the wheelchair? What was his name?" And then the camera pans over to Bruce Willis, and he's like, his name was Mr. Glass. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the character from Unbreakable. It's the same place. They were in the same place. And it is. Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. It was a movie that it turned out to be a superhero movie, and you didn't realize it was a superhero movie until later on in the movie. This movie is the origin of a supervillain, and you don't realize it until the end of the movie. It was pretty good. And it turns out that they are in the same place. They're in the same universe. You got the Avengers tying all their movies together. You got Jason and Freddy together, tying their movies together. King Kong and Godzilla are going to be in the same movie, tying their universes together. This one is just tying up loose ends, pulling this together. And Split by itself was incredible. It was a good movie. But knowing that it's sort of like a part 2 to Unbreakable, just like quadrupled my excitement. Because now, so is the next one going to be a superhero movie or the introduction of a new villain? Or will the next movie be Bruce Willis meeting this new villain? Did my shirt just change? I don't know. But have you seen Split? Let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like the content, if you like the video, right here in the corner, click my face and subscribe. And then like.